Welcome to Butterflies of Wisdom, everyone. Today, I am super excited to interview two of my heroes. Let's just say that. I get to interview rock stars like you guys, but this story is one of the most personal stories yet I have had on the podcast. And so to give you a brief background, I met this young man at age 3, and this young man has lived a remarkable life despite his disability, which is acquired cerebral palsy. And how Max Grange got acquired cerebral palsy is by choking on a piece of popcorn at age 2. So basically, PSA at the beginning, don't give your kids popcorn without you watching them, because God knows what the 2-year-olds would do with a piece of popcorn. But enough with my PSA. I'm going to let these guys take it away, and these guys are Spencer Adams and Max Grange, and I'm going to let these guys take it away. So welcome, you guys. And my first question for Max is, what is your disability, and what would you like to say as a disability advocate? Max.
I work at the Aspen Animal Shelter writing descriptions for dogs to get them adopted. I am an ambassador for Challenge Aspen, and I do public speaking events talking about overcoming obstacles. I recently had a documentary made about my life story, and very excited that it has screened at a film festival.
Yes, it has. Yes, it has. And fortunately, I'm in the documentary. I'm in one scene, and the documentary is called Big Air Max. We'll get to why in a minute. And Spencer, how did you come and meet this incredible young man?
I met Max about 3 years ago. I was working as a Challenge Aspen intern at the time, and I met Max through the program, Challenge Aspen. I was asked if I would like to walk Max and our good friend Danielle, who I'm sure most people know, through the Mardi Gras parade. And that's when I first met Max. And I was good friends with another guy, Matt McCabe, who was Max's former caretaker. And he put me in connection, thinking that Max and I would be a good pair. And the rest is really history.
Yes. So you were working at Challenge Aspen at the time. And just to let my listeners know, Challenge Aspen is a non-profit near and dear to Max's heart, near and dear to my heart, and near and dear to everyone else's heart out there. And basically what they do is help people with cognitive and physical disabilities achieve what they want to achieve, basically, and they do it on strictly volunteer status. There's a couple paid employees there, but they do it on strictly volunteer status. Now, Max, I have a question for you. What is your favorite PBS TV show that you have seen in the past week?
The Diary of Anne Frank. I was inspired because she had to overcome huge obstacles, and she did it with grace and a positive attitude.
Well, isn't that interesting? And just to let you guys know, why I mentioned TBS is one of Max's favorite channels in all wide world. And if you're curious as to why Max is using an iPad and a communication device, that's because Max has limited mobility speaking, but when he's really into it, he can speak 1,000 miles a minute. So you guys may have to slow down and listen to this interview. And Max, what happened to Wheel of Fortune? You don't like that anymore, do you?
Oh, we definitely still watch Wheel of Fortune.
Oh yes. I figured you guys did. Now, Spencer, what is your favorite TV show to watch?
My favorite TV show? I think that it would have to be something like Jeopardy.
Because you seem to like the words and the guessing of the words. I was going to say either Wheel of Fortune or Jeopardy. It's so funny because I have a friend who works behind the scenes of Jeopardy, and she loves it. And so I would say if I had the downtime, either Wheel of Fortune or Jeopardy would be one of my favorites. Now, Max, you said to me on the list of questions I gave you, I asked you what was the hardest part of running your motivational speaking company, and you said to me, finding speaking engagements. Now, that one shocked me because I'm like, why would they listen to Max's story? You have overcome so many odds. And so, Max, why do you think that that's the most challenging for you? Is it because you just want to help everyone and you can't, or why?
Marketing and then actually getting the speaking engagements.
It's difficult.
Go ahead, Spencer.
I think that it's difficult to just find speaking engagements. There's definitely opportunity for us to do it, but the ones that we have done have been very successful, and I think that if we continue to do them, that challenge will kind of subside because people will see Max's message, and I think that it's very well received when it is portrayed. So, yeah, I think that especially with the documentary, that will help not only get Max a little more publicity, but it will also help to get him more speaking jobs in the future.
Now, let's talk about the documentary for a couple seconds, you guys. Max took a CMC film class, and your classmates decided to do a documentary on you, Max. And when you guys were approached with this idea, and this goes for Spencer too, how did you guys feel about this idea? I mean, you can't necessarily turn down a film appearance there, but at the same time, you can say, no, I don't want my everyday life film.
I think that our reaction to the film was really nothing but excitement. Max had this opportunity to, show the people in the community that might not already know him and his story and all the things that he's overcome. So I think that for us to have a documentary crew around us, seeing what we do on a regular basis, and showing what a real day in the life of Max is like, was nothing but great for us. We had a really fun time with the film crew. We made new friends, and I think it was just really, really great for everybody involved.
It was really great. And of course, it taught diversity to the film crew, like there's no tomorrow. Hands-on diversity right there. And so did they pick this project, Spencer, do you know? Or did they just come up with this project?
Well, like you said, about a year ago, Max and I gave a speech at CMC on leadership. And I think that between the quality of Max's speech and the overall depth of Max's experience and what he does really captivated the kids in the class. And they chose on their own to, reach out to Max, Katie, and the rest of Max's crew with the idea to do the documentary. And we were, really, really happy to do it.
I bet you guys were, because hands-on diversity, as I said, 101. I mean, talk about film project that's unique in itself. And Max, I want the public to know about your favorite sport, which I know the answer to, which the film documentary is named after your favorite sport. So I want you to tell my audience what your favorite sport is.
Max's favorite sport is skiing.
Yep, that's what I figured. And Spencer, you are now a ski co employee. Are you working for Challenge Aspen, or are you just working on your own as a ski co employee?
I work as a combination. I primarily work through SkiCo, but then I am certified to do adaptive skiing as well in multiple disciplines. And I do, volunteer work with Challenge Aspen as well as the company Ascendigo. So it really is dependent on my client and who I work with. When I'm working with Max, I'm working either with Max or through Challenge Aspen because he's one of their ambassadors.
Yeah. So it really just depends, because the last time I physically saw you guys, you were dressed in a ski-co outfit and I didn't recognize you. Geez, I should be more aware of who's working with Challenge Aspen. So, okay, you guys, now it's the tricky question. What should we do as the disabled / able-bodied community to help you, Spencer, and help you, Max, understand what Max goes through on a daily basis? I, of course, know the answer, but my community who's listening to this podcast may not.
I hope that my documentary, Big Air Max, inspires people to make their community and classrooms include people like me and welcome people with disabilities so they feel like they belong.
So you want people to feel like they belong. I certainly agree with that. And I know Spencer can add on to that, but I know Spencer definitely agrees with that. And Spencer, I'll let you add on to that.
I think that, the documentary is going to be a huge aspect of that. And a lot of what we do is, community integration. It's really important for us, for not only Max, but for everybody to feel, incorporated, included, respected. And I think that even by just getting out there and, seeing people and being seen helps a lot of people to understand a little more what it's like. And,
Yeah, so you're talking about inclusion more than anything else. And is there a link that people can go to and see the documentary, or at least see parts of it? Did they give you a link? I'm wondering if they gave you a link that you guys can announce right here. How could the public outside the screening of the film fest see this documentary?
Max Grange on Facebook. Or my email is grange05@yahoo.com. I only have a Facebook account under Max Grange.
Well, isn't that interesting? So people can see it via Max's Facebook, and I'm sure that people would click on Max's Facebook and see the video, because the film crew, from my knowledge, did a fantastic job of integrating all of us. And so Max and Spencer, before I let you guys go, continue your amazing integration work and continue on with your day, I want you guys to ask me 2 questions that you've been interested in asking me. And Max, I'll let you go first, and then Spencer, you can go follow up Max.
What do you do outside of butterflies for wisdom?
Oh, what do I do outside? Well, I snowboard. I am also a Challenge Aspen ambassador, believe it or not. And I snowboard. And that is the most scariest thing in all wide world. And I also, on the occasion, bike ski. Max is a much better bike skier than I am. And Max likes more speed than I do. Hint, hint. Speed, speeder. But on the occasion, I like to bike ski. I love to snowboard. I am the second adaptive snowboarder in the country. And then Danielle, obviously, is the first. She invented the system that I use. And then I have a bicycle that I tend to get on. And so that's what I do. Essentially, my health comes first before any of my advocacy work.
What is the hardest part for you with having CP?
Well, the hardest part for having CP, and Max, you know this quite well, that CP can vary case by case. And just to let you guys know, Max, as I said, Max uses a assistive device, and if you want to go see what an assistive device looks like, you can just go type in Apple iPad, or go see the theory of everything, the true life story based on Stephen Hawking. That's what I consider Max. I consider Max a small version of Stephen Hawking, because Max is very intelligent, by the way. And so the hardest part to me personally of having CP is just controlling it on a daily basis. And I say that from the goodness of my heart, because Max and I both have what they call tone. And so that tone drives me nuts, and I know it drives you nuts, Max, and I know it drives Spencer nuts dealing with it. And so tone, I think, would be the most difficult part of having CP, and tone is when my body and Max's body goes into muscle contraction, and we don't know when they're coming next, and we don't know when they're ever stopping either. But Max controls his tone by a backward pump, you guys. And so that's what controls Max's tone. He's loose of a goose half the time, but I would say tone is something that each individual with cerebral palsy has to deal with on a daily basis.
Yeah, well, that's our
So
that's two questions.
Yes. And Spencer, do you have anything for me that you want to ask me? Since you're involved in this interview too?
Yeah. Well, I'm very interested in what Butterflies of Wisdom is and maybe what other kind of advocacy work you do.
It's funny you should ask me that. I am actually going back to school in the fall to get my journalism degree in fashion journalism. So basically what I would be doing is writing fashion stories for, my primary focus is to help the disabled, and that's going to be my primary focus with my degree finally. And then Butterflies of Wisdom started out 4 years ago, this month, the 15th of June to be exact. And Butterflies of Wisdom started out as Wings for Women of Wisdom, and rock stars like Spencer and Max got involved. So then I had to change the name completely because men started asking me, they go, "When I want to be interviewed by you, but I'm just not a woman, meaning I don't have any women's wisdom to give you." So then I said, "Oopsie, now I have to change the name." And so that's the meaning behind Butterflies of Wisdom. And the advocacy work I do can go from this podcast to physically writing books to physically getting out there and showing people that we bike ski, we snowboard, we do all this. And so that's the advocacy work that I do. And I also teach one day a week, which teaching able-bodied preschool got tough. So I retired from that. And next, believe it or not, I'll be teaching preschool music. And I know music is one of your favorite things. So please tell my audience what your favorite artist is and see if I have it right. I think I do.
Well, Max did just travel to Las Vegas to go see the one and only Celine Dion live in concert. So I'd say that's definitely one of Max's top favorites.
Yes. Yes. Celine Dion could do, I thought I had the answer right. I thought you were going to say, Ziggy Marley or something like that. Well, Celine Dion is one of my top favorites too. So you're very lucky that you got to go see her live. And Spencer, what would your favorite music be?
Oh, that's a hard one. I'd say that right now my favorite band is a band called the String Cheese Incident.
The String Cheese Incident. Why haven't I heard of that one yet? So
they've been around for quite some time. They're bluegrass, folk, jam music. You should look them up. They're fun.
I know you guys love music, and that's why I wanted to close with that one, because music is one of the relaxing elements of CP, especially for Matt and myself. They've actually, I believe, they've done case studies on people with disabilities and music, how music relaxes the body enough so that the body can function. So, someone correct me if I'm wrong on that one, but the music aspect of CP is a good one because you need the body to relax to have it function. And so I think music is a key element to have it function. And Max, people can find you on Facebook. I know you said this, and that's it. And I know you're very, very active on Facebook because of the iPad, or maybe not so much. Are you very active on Facebook? Are you still doing this Facebook status is 1,000 miles a minute back?
Yeah, we use Facebook quite a bit. Like I said, it's another great tool to help us with community integration and to let all of Max's friends and family and loved ones know what we're up to, what we're going to be doing this week, what Max is excited about, what music we're going to see. You know, like you said, music is very therapeutic for Max and for a lot of people. So we let people that know that we're going to music on Thursday nights so people can come see us and things like that. So, yeah, we definitely use Facebook quite a bit.
Well, guess what? This is my second PSA. I'm actually going up to the Thursday night concert as of June 22nd because hint, it's my 30th birthday. Need I say more? But I am actually getting out there and possibly dancing. So if you guys are in Snowmass and you want to see, they do it every single week. So you guys don't have to be here necessarily. Just come here to Snowmass and you'll see it on the Aspen Snowmass calendar. So please make a week if you guys are planning to come out to Aspen. That is something that, thank you, Spencer, for reminding me, that is a really fun community event that the tourist population, of course, is welcome to. And I forgot it's free and open to the public. So if you want to go see some really good bands while you're out here on vacation, please just look it up the week you're out here, and they do it every single week in the summer on the Sandy Hill. So, of course, that is also a fun event. And so I would love to thank Spencer and Max, and I need to apologize to you guys. I need to say this. Slow down and listen to this interview because we had my version of Stephen Hawking on, and because of that, we had help from Spencer, which I truly appreciate, but we had Max and his communication device. So this interview may take a couple more minutes for you guys to listen to because of the communication aspect. But Max did a really good job. If you give a disabled person something they're passionate about, they will do it 110%. And I thank both Spencer and Max for spending a half an hour with me and sharing a little bit of both their stories. And I hope you guys enjoyed another fabulous episode. Thanks to you guys.
Thank you for having me on your show. Goodbye.
You are so welcome, Max. You are so welcome. Chief, you are so welcome. And I will catch you guys later. Thank you.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Wynn.